I live alone. 3rd floor. 1 bedroom. No elevator, no pets, no guests, and I like it that way. It's not that I hate people, I just don't need them anymore. But 3 weeks ago, someone knocked on my door at exactly 2:44 a.m. Not once, not twice, just one single knock. Soft, measured, like they knew I was awake. And the strangest part? I recognized the knock. My ex, Claire, used to knock like that. Same rhythm, same pause after. Just one knock. Then she'd whisper, "It's me." She's been dead for 2 years. Car crash, rainy night, closed casket. I spoke at her funeral. I held her mother while she cried. So when I heard that knock, and then faintly, "It's me," I did what any sane person would do. I didn't move, I didn't breathe. I waited, and it never came again. But every night since then, the knock returns. Same time, same voice. And now, sometimes she adds, "I know you're in there." I tried telling myself it was just a coincidence, that someone happened to knock the same way Claire did, that my brain was just filling in the gaps. But I couldn't explain the voice. It wasn't just similar, it was hers, not a recording, not someone faking it. Her exact voice, whispered like she always did when she didn't want to wake the neighbors. The next day, I checked my building's security camera feed. We only have 1 camera, above the entrance. I had to ask the landlord 3 times before he agreed to send me the file for the night of the first knock. The footage between 2:40 and 2:50 a.m. corrupted. Just that one section. Everything else worked. He joked that it must be ghosts, and I laughed along, like I wasn't already hearing one every night. That night, I stayed up with the lights off, phone camera aimed at the door. I waited until 2:44. Nothing. Then, knock. My hand trembled as I started recording. Then the voice, almost apologetic, "You left the window open again." That's something only Claire ever said. I checked the windows. They were all locked. I hadn't opened them in days. But on the sill of my kitchen window I found something. Small. White. Ordinary. A bobby pin. Claire used them constantly. There's no way it was still in this apartment. I cleaned everything when she died. I repainted the walls. I replaced the furniture. But there it was, sitting on the ledge, like she'd just been there. The next night, she said something new. I don't like the silence anymore. And I realized something. She only speaks when the room is completely quiet. She's listening, and she's waiting for me to be alone, really alone, again. I bought an audio recorder, a real one, not my phone. I wanted to capture her voice to prove to myself I wasn't going crazy, that someone was coming to my door every night at 2:44 a.m. I placed the recorder by the door, hit record at 2:40, sat on the floor, waited. Knock. Right on time. It's me. Then silence, just like always. I didn't move, didn't respond, just let it run. The next morning I played the audio back. The knock was there. So was the voice. But then something else. A few seconds after she spoke, I heard my own voice on the recording, but I hadn't said a word. "Come in." I froze. I rewound it, listened again. Same thing. My voice, calm and cold. "Come in." I don't remember speaking. I swear I didn't. That day, I barely left the apartment. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Why would I say that? Did she get in? That night, I moved the recorder to my bedroom. 2:44 came. No knock. But at 2:45, my bedroom door, which I'd locked, clicked. Soft. Deliberate. Like someone gently testing the handle, I whispered, "Claire?" no response. Just the softest sound of breath, like someone standing just behind the door, exhaling slowly. In the morning, the recorder had stopped. Battery drained, even though it was full. I played back what little it had caught, just static, until her voice distorted. "You already let me in." Now, sometimes, I find things moved. Chairs I didn't touch. Pictures slightly tilted. Lights off when I swore I left them on. I'm starting to wonder if the knock was never about coming in. Maybe she was just being polite. Maybe she was already here. I told myself I needed a break. I packed a small bag and went to stay with my sister for a few days, an hour out of the city. She didn't ask many questions. She could tell I was unraveling. I didn't tell her about Claire, or the knock, or the recordings. I just said I needed quiet. The first night was calm. Too calm. No knock, no whispers, no dreams. I should have felt better. But the silence felt wrong. Heavy, like holding your breath too long. On the second night, my sister knocked on my bedroom door at 3 a.m. She looked shaken. "Did you say something last night?" I told her no, I was asleep. She hesitated, then said, "I heard your voice. You were standing outside my door, but when I opened it, no one was there." Then she asked something that made my blood run cold. "Who's Claire?" I never told her Claire's name, not once. That night, I locked my door, put a chair against it, turned off every device. I fell asleep eventually, but not for long. I woke up to the sound of my own voice, not in my head, in the room. I told you I missed her, but my lips weren't moving. I sat up, heart pounding. "You miss her too, don't you?" Still my voice, still wrong. It came from the corner of the room, the one where shadows always lingered a little too long. Then something new, a second voice, faint, female, echoing like it was coming from behind the walls. "Don't listen to him." I didn't sleep again. In the morning, my sister found me on the floor, wide awake, shaking. She said she'd had a dream. Claire was in it. Only, she didn't look like herself. Her mouth didn't move, but I could still hear her. I think Claire's voice is being used. I think something else is speaking through her. And now, it's trying to use me. I don't know what made me do it. Maybe it was the second voice. Maybe it was how it whispered like it was trying to warn me. But I couldn't ignore the feeling anymore. I had to go back, to Claire's old apartment. It hadn't been touched since the accident. The landlord never re-rented it. Too much bad energy, he said. Still, he let me in, didn't even ask why. He just handed me the key and said, "Don't stay too long." The door opened with a sigh. And the moment I stepped inside, I felt it. Weight. Not just grief, something heavier. Like the walls were still holding on to her. Like they remembered. Everything was just as she left it. Coffee mug by the sink, half-written notes on the fridge. The plant I gave her, long dead, but still upright. And in the bedroom, the closet door was open. Claire always kept it closed. Always. I didn't want to look, but I did. And inside, a chair. Just a plain wooden chair. But it hadn't been there before. No dust, no scratches. Brand new. Facing the inside of the closet. Like someone had been sitting there. Watching. I turned around, and on the mirror across the room, written in the fog, she let it in. I hadn't run in years, but I ran. Back in my car, I tried to breathe, tried to make sense of what I'd seen. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number, one new voicemail. I played it. It was Claire's voice, but this time not a whisper. I never knocked. I never came back. Whatever's wearing me, it wants someone new. And then my own voice joined hers. You're almost ready. I didn't go home right away. I drove around for hours. No music, no calls, just roads I didn't recognize. But no matter where I turned, I kept seeing the same thing. 2:44. On clocks. On billboards. On my phone. Even when I turned it off. The world was telling me what time it was. What time it would happen. When I finally walked back into my apartment, everything felt prepared. The lights were off, the door was locked, but I knew it would knock anyway, and it did. 2:44 a.m. Knock, just once. I stood there, hand on the knob, and she spoke, Claire's voice, but not just Claire. It was layered now, like her voice was being carried by something else, like a passenger in a body made of sound. He's tired. Let him rest. Come with me. I asked it the only question I could still form. What are you? And the answer didn't come from behind the door. It came from inside me. My voice, my breath, my lips. I'm the part of you that misses her. The part that stayed behind. You fed me every night with silence. And now, I'm ready. The door unlocked itself, swung open slowly. Nothing stood there, just empty hallway. No shadows, no figure, no Claire. But I stepped forward anyway, because the truth is, I wasn't trying to get her back. I was trying to follow. The moment I crossed the threshold, I heard one last thing. From behind me. My voice, real this time, calling out into the apartment I'd left behind. It's me. And then the door slammed shut. I don't know where I am now. It's quiet here. Still. Peace.